Looks like you're almost done. My girls can't wait to get out there. You might want to let the thing dry off first. Oh. Well, we don't deal in a mess. It's just the dirt we clean off. If it's untidy, that's not a problem. As if that chain would come up so clean. That was properly nasty, wasn't it? Ugh. Where's my you have to look at that in a really weird angle. Navarine, thank you for 65 months. This is where you would almost need an extension. Likes and gamers against groups, don't forget to change when you upgrade your Powerwash like me. What do you mean change? Oh yeah, that looks good. As if we're going to jet wash a lawnmower, that's just a really bad idea. Wait, the sofa's not clean. Enough. See? Clean enough, really, wasn't it? Up and heck, this doesn't want to get the dirt off. As if there's different parts to this lawnmower. I think that's done. I mean, select it when in the menu where you can choose attachments after you purchase stuff. Oh, you mean like after you've bought it, like equip it? I'm going to need the footstool thing again. Yeah, they could do, Chris. Like, another person can come in and do something else while you're... Like, I could be doing the shed, somebody else is doing the barbecue or whatever. That looks fairly clean. Gravity. Didn't you just click that last week, Gravity? I'm sure you did. Thank you for tier 3, 69 months, sir. After this, I'd watch you power wash your own garden IRL. Lol. You know what? I have a power wash, a jet wash. I haven't used it in about 15 years. Don't even know if it works. Dread Girl, thank you for subbing. Welcome. I haven't used a hose pipe in at least 10 years. Got rid of it. Got an IRL stream, let's find out. How do I join the sub server? Do you know what? That ticket with Discord, Krav, has been escalated with them for over a week, and I even emailed them on Monday to chase up. I've heard nothing back yet. So they're obviously struggling with it. Or maybe they're like one guy who does integration is on holiday. I could manually sync the sub-server, but I don't want to. Because I want them to see that the integration is just not running. Right, what did I do with that? This isn't tall enough, we need some better ladders. 70 months, Matman. %95% clean. What's left? Parasol pole? You serious? As if. Path endings, 99%. Step edges, 96. Where even is that? Come on, game. You're just being picky now. Come on. You wasted 2 hours finding a missing patch. Oh my god. Hanging planters, where are they? Hanging planters. Has anybody seen a hanging planter anywhere? on the shed. This? Scumbag. Scumbag game. Right. Nope, there's still another one. Top left corner is to the name and the status. Yeah, but I didn't know where it was to look at it, did I? I had no idea where it was. Like swinging sofa cushions. I can get down with that. Oops. Is that done? The heck? Nobody puts their hand down there anyway. That's just ridiculous. Fence tops. Uh-oh. Oh, it means that over there. That's fine. We're going to have to get rid of the graffiti at some point. You know what? That is almost identical to my Weber barbecue. It has 2 side plates, doors like that, everything. Just the controls are slightly different. But that is almost identical to my barbecue. Oh, this is greasy. Fire up some burgers. Oh, yeah. That is a real pain to clean because you can't move anything. Because honestly, all I want to do right now is just pull that out of there and get down the back. You know what, Gil? There should be a game called that, Moving Parts Simulator. What's left on this? Is that barbecue done, do you think? The right food shelf has something underneath. Maybe the left one as well, I don't know. No, it's clean. It's actually, when you clean it up, it's actually a really nice garden. Whoever owned this property did not appreciate their garden. Tricky. Get along that edge. Okay, I think the barbecue's done. It says barbecue patio 99% clean, but when I press the tab key, I don't see any dirt, so I'm not exactly sure where the dirt is. Oh, that's the overall, is it? So it's just this left. But what is it? Fence post and step edgings ×2. So fence post. And step edgings ×2. Blimey. Extra cleaning liquid in stock. Hey Doc, Cal here. Got a new job for you over at the folks' bar bungalow when you can fit it in. See, that is a really nice garden. Hey, look at that. That's so cool. Oh, look, it left a smiley face on it. That's amazing. I think we should do that on all of them. Put like some, put some art somewhere. Just for the video. The yard looks fantastic. There's a couple of budding mountaineers already clambering over that rock garden. I intend to join them. $450. Oh, we got a choice now. $600 for a playground. $75 for a dirt bike. Really? Sounds like a 2-minute job to me. I mean, in all honesty, anybody with a dirt bike should already have a pressure washer. Because you're going to have to clean it every single time you go out with it. What bits are left now? Yeah. Wasn't exactly difficult, was it? There he goes. A tiny little jet wash nozzle.
Ding simulator.
You're not wrong. If we're now level 15. Oh, 900? Look, it's got 4-star rating in stubborn dirt, look. And extra tough. Extra embedded, whatever that means. Extra encrusted. I really want that. So if we get that, that's going to let us do more, isn't it? It's got to be worth the money. So that means we need to take... If we take that job, we can afford it. And then use the bigger tool to do the playground. That's what I'm thinking. When I mentioned it to Ma, her eyes lit up. Pops Mona said, the browner the porch, the warmer the torch. Which clearly means nothing. The heck? If you can give the place a good clean, I'm sure it will be give them both a lift. Thanks, Cal. Let's do that. Jorstad, thank you for 84 months. Wait, you're going to go on the roof. That's as far as I can get. That's the reach of the hose. I imagine I can't do the back. That's as far as the hose goes. Oh, we've got ladders. Let's go. So glad you're here. Calvin's such a good boy. He's a volcanologist. Okay. I'm sure we should have a safety harness or something up here. Water down the chimney. It's not my house. Surely that should have dinged by now. There we go. Oh, stubborn dirt. Got mold up here and everything. Look at it. Horrible. Stubborn
Did you get
dirt.
the paws up from pups from his new clean house lol? And did you know the jet wash police are on the phone to the water board, and you can rotate the nozzle by the way for easier spraying on some bits?
Dave, I've lost track of how many times I've done that. These birds have been having a field day up here. That green stuff is really annoying. Think about it, giving it a once over like this and then coming back and dealing with the bits of green and stuff. Yeah, the white one does roughly a tile width. We could put soap on. I don't know if I want to spend money on it though, you know. Trying to save up for the bigger washer. Good morning, Grubby Zebra. Big Rip Paul, thank you for 2 years. Truck and trailer inside out. What, in the jet wash sim? I don't know. I don't know if it's got trucks in it. Let me know when you're able to stop by my place. There's a few quid in it for you. Wow, Roger Waters. Nice, dude. Oh yeah, I need to put some artwork in, don't I? What artwork are we going to have? I've got an idea for the next one. Hawk, thank you, 21 months. This will get the gutter done while we're here. Not bad, not bad. Citrus, yeah, I'll carry on with rail route next week. I've just been completely focused on flying this week. Completely focused. I spent all my time this week studying and sitting various tests and things, and then training on Thursday and Friday with the instructor. So I just threw myself at that. I had no time for videos this week. I had no time for anything. It's literally all I've done this week. But I'm signed out on the plane now. Did I show you the plane? I can't remember if I ever showed you the plane. Let's see. That one. Come on into focus. There you go. That's the plane. That's what I've been flying. I flew it like 3 hours yesterday with the instructor and a couple of hours on Thursday. So yeah, that's I now am part of the group that flies that plane. So there's 8 of us in the group. But the access to that plane's fantastic. It's a Sakata TB200. I think the TB20 on which it's based has a retractable landing gear. This plane has fixed landing gear. You can see the fairings on the wheels there. So it's a fixed landing gear, but it's got a 200 brake horsepower Lycoming engine, fuel injection, and variable pitch prop. So a lot of my training was around variable pitch prop and how to use it, because with a variable pitch prop you have to manage the manifold pressure, because it's like a constant RPM. Yeah, like in a normal plane, when you put the throttle in or take the throttle out, the engine, you can hear the engine go boom or boom. It's not like that in a variable pitch prop. You literally set the RPM you want and then bring the power up accordingly, and the engine stays at that RPM. So it kind of, like, you can't listen to the engine anymore. You have to look at the dials. You cannot listen to the engine. So you have to monitor the RPM and the manifold pressure all the time, and then adjust the mixture and things. Load capacity. So maximum takeoff weight is 1,150 kilos, and the plane dry is 600 and something kilos. So 65 kilos in the baggage area maximum. Is there an advantage to it? Yes, there's a big advantage to it. So with a variable pitch prop, like with a normal propeller, it's a fixed pitch. So as the kind of airspeed increases, the efficiency of the blade climbs, and then it gets to a certain peak. And then as you go quicker, the efficiency of the blade goes down. With a variable pitch prop, it keeps the propeller blades at an optimum angle so that the engine is always able to produce the most power. And the efficiency of the blade, instead of doing like that, or let me draw it right. If you had a graph of efficiency, it would, on a normal propeller, it would go up like that and then tail off with speed. With this, it kind of sits up here, and it's like a plateau like that. So over a range of speeds, the blade itself is way more efficient, and the engine never really struggles, because if the engine can't cope, it just adjusts the blade slightly so that it can cope again, and it does it all dynamically. But it also makes it quicker. You're going to get that one of your own after getting your license. I already have my license, dude, and I don't want my own plane. Way too expensive. No, you say, yeah, Tango Zulu Echo Delta. Yeah, flight sim's very useful. I wish this plane was in flight sim. It's not. The nearest thing is like a rubbish TB20, I think it was. I think there's one in X-Plane, but I don't really fly X-Plane. It is quite different to the Cessna, like very different. Variable pitch is done automatically, so it's a combination of both. No, you never adjust the pitch manually, Greenfellow, because you'd be chasing it all the time. The blue lever is effectively used to command what RPM you want. Think of it that way. So you basically push it forward, and you look at the RPM gauge. So you push it forward until it says 2,400 RPMs, and the blade adjusts automatically to reach 2,400 RPMs. And then if you bring in more power, or pitch the nose down, or pitch the nose up, it will automatically adjust the propeller blade to keep 2,400. And that's the weird thing about the plane, is when you come in to the airfield, you don't really change the RPM. Like, you're still doing 2,400 RPMs, like into the circuit, and then like all the way around the circuit. So the engine note never changes, and that's the freaky thing. But yeah, it freaked me out. I'll be honest with you, it freaked me out at first. Like, we on the first day we went out, did a bunch of stuff, and we came back, and like in the Cessna, I might get to the airfield at about, say, 90 knots in the overhead. So I get to the airfield about 90 knots. I'd then descend, try and keep 90 knots, come back around, go into the downwind leg. I'd start to slow it down to like 80 knots. And then on base, I'd come down to like 70. And then final, I'd do 65. All nice and relaxed. In the TBM... Sorry, in the TB200, not TBM, the TB200, we was in the overhead at 120 knots. Now that's, when you're on top of the airfield, 120 knots, you're really over it very quickly. And then we went into descent, and we're still doing 120 knots in the descent. So we come back around, and by the time I joined downwind leg, I'm still doing like over 100 knots. And I was like, this is insane. Like, we're going so quickly. Everything's happening, and you're trying to think through your checklist. You're trying to remember the order that you move the levers, and you're flying down this downwind leg at 100 knots. How do I slow this thing down? Because it's a really slippy bird. Really slippy bird. It does not want to slow down. So he gets to the downwind leg, and he's like, right, now kind of pull the power back now. Get it to the flap speed. And then he said, in this plane, I would just go full flaps now. Like late downwind, just go full flaps. And as soon as you put all the flaps down, you actually feel like it's going to slow down a bit now. Because up until then, it's like just cutting through the air. So you bring it back. You turn onto base leg at like 90 knots, which just feels wrong. And then you keep it at like 90 knots in base as you're coming down. Turn onto final at 80. And then when you're on final, you then bring it back for 75. And you're landing at 75 knots full flaps, which is still, compared to a Cessna, is pretty quick. And so you're coming over the threshold at 75 knots, and everything just happens so much quicker. And it takes a bit of getting used to. But once you get used to it, that plane is insane. It's by far the quickest thing I've flown. There was two of us. We loaded it up on fuel, and two of us in takeoff. You put full power in, and you have to put it in gradually, because if you don't, it'll just turn you to the left. It's so powerful. Well, barreling down the runway, you take off, and just to keep the 80-knot climb, the pitch angle that you need is insane. This thing just goes up like a rocket. We were doing pattern altitude within 30, 40 seconds. This thing can climb at 1,500 feet a minute. It is just a monster. It just goes up like that. Whoosh. I couldn't believe the pitch. I was like, this is ridiculous. Every time I looked at the speedo, it was gaining speed, and I had to keep pulling back to keep 80 knots. And by then, you're like, oh God, I'm at pattern altitude, pitch down. It's bonkers. Yeah, very quick plane. Well, it's the fastest thing I've flown, by far. And, you know, if you put a 180 brake horsepower engine in a Piper Warrior and a 200 horsepower engine in this feels like twice the power of a Warrior. It's so much quicker. It will happily cruise at 120 knots. But here's the thing, right? And this is what he demonstrated. He's like, okay, we're doing 120 knots. We're 4,000 feet elevation. Let's head back to Earl's Cone, okay? How do you descend? I'm like, well, you pull the power. He goes, no, not in this plane. Okay, how do you descend in this plane? Just pitch down. He says, so we're doing 120 knots, right? You don't change the power. You just pitch down. Just go for like a 3-degree glide. So we just tip the nose down slightly. Next thing, we're doing 150 knots. So now we're going back towards Earl's Cone on about a 500-foot descent rate at 150 knots. So when you're like 15 miles away from Earl's Cone, 15 miles away, and now you're doing 150 knots, you are absolutely flying towards your destination. By the time you get there, you're literally trying to slow it down. It's a real struggle. Because you don't, like in a normal plane, you would just pull the throttle a bit and come down. With this plane, you just keep the speed, and you're like 150 knots, no problem at all. So you can gain altitude quickly, and you can trade it for speed very quickly. And you can't listen to the engine. Earl's Cone's where you deliver blood for the air ambulance. Air ambulance were coming and going when we were doing stuff. It's a capable plane. But, as the owner said, Tony, he said, a bit of a pussycat, really. And like when I first flew the plane on Thursday, I felt like the plane was flying me. But after yesterday's session, I felt like I was controlling the plane. Like I was in charge. I was telling it what to do. But you've got to stay ahead of it. If you don't stay ahead of it, it will absolutely race away with you. Is it place of grass? It's both on Amici. It has a grass runway which you use in summer, and then it has a tarmac strip for winter, but not a very
this
wide
is
one.
Fine and well, but it ain't a steam engine. Capilal.
I've told you before, Chris. If it, steam engines are lovely, but we wouldn't be flying. We could never fly with steam engines, mate. So yeah, we tend to use the grass in summer because it's more comfortable to land on, a lot wider. But obviously in winter you can't. In winter you've got to use the tarmac strip. And the tarmac runway there is about as wide as a bicycle path. It really is very narrow. You've got to be accurate. And all Thursday, Friday, it was gusty crosswinds. So not only have I trained to fly the plane, but I've flown it in crosswinds and gusting, which is in the Cessna that would have thrown me around. In this thing, it really does handle itself very well in a crosswind. Like its max demonstrated crosswind is 25, but realistically it could do more than that. I mean, we was landed in 15, 20 knot gusting crosswinds, and it's not that bothered. It's amazing, really. It flies so well. Such a well-designed aerodynamic plane. Yeah, you got your crabbing going on, obviously, but like in the Cessna, if you was landing in that kind of crosswind in the Cessna, I could see the Cessnas coming in. They're like, they're like this and sideways. Like in this thing, it's like just comes in. Yeah, it's probably cleaning off there, isn't it? Oh, and it's got a Garmin G70 in it. Oh, that thing is a dream. It's an actual dream. I've never had that on a plane before. The G70 is like a big screen. It's just one step down from a G1000, so it's massive screen, all done with touch, common nav. You can just set yourself waypoints. Say, I want to fly to Earl's Cone. I want to come in on this approach. This thing, he didn't show me. He said, I'm not going to show you this yet. I'll show you another day. But he said, you can even set it up to show you a virtual glide slope coming in. He said, but that's cheating a bit. So he said, I'm not going to show you that yet. Yeah, I'm using keyboard and mouse. Probably going to fall off the roof in a minute. Seriously dirty house. Imagine making a game called Powerwash Simulator and then giving people not really that dirty things to clean. That would seem a little bit pointless, wouldn't it? It'd be controversial, yeah. I'd say that is a pretty clean roof right there. Beautiful. Beautiful is what it is. I don't want to watch this game, so if you don't play something else, I may leave. Richie, nobody is making you stay. Nobody. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday afternoon. If you don't want to watch, absolutely fine. I will not be offended. Trucker Pat, thank you for 26 months. Wacko Taco, thank you for 66 months. Large One, thank you for 63. Lovely job. Kames for 42 months. Thank you. As a viewer, I help pay your celery. I don't like celery. I hate it. Oh dear. Ionic Cloth. Could you do my car when you're finished? Absolutely. Oh, I've done it wrong. Oh well. I was going to do it. I've done it wrong. I was going to do that, but I've messed it up. Drew too many lines. It was meant to be like a Waldo type thing, and I drew too many lines. Oh well. This URL, thank you for gifting a sub to Celery Men. Now that's a person that likes celery. Because I don't. I can't stand the stuff. Oh dear. I can't lie down anymore. I can't see any more underneath. Oh, I love hummus, Jessica's. Absolutely love hummus. Mrs. Squirrel hates hummus. She can't even stand the smell of it. But I love the stuff. Hummus and crackers. Just get some crackers. Scoop hummus on it. Fantastic. Great snack. Mrs. Squirrel loves celery. I hate it. I love hummus. She hates it. Hummus with red onion. Hummus with like that. Yeah, that like red onion chili one they do. It's fantastic. Celery goes in the bin. That's what I would do with it. But, you know, I accept that people like it, so fair enough. We're all different. I thought this gutter would have dinged. Maybe it's the outside of the gutter he's doing. stinky cheese. Do you know what? When I was younger, I used to hate stinky cheese. But now, like a bit of blue cheese with some crackers and a bit of red wine, it is fantastic. Red wine and blue cheese really goes well. But I totally get why you hate it, because I used to. It's an acquired taste. Right, we'll leave that bit. Just more instinct to cheddar. The stinkier the better. Fantastic. Ah! Why are you going down the ladder, bro? It's not just Kent, Darren. Sussex and Kent got a hosepipe ban, and Essex one comes into force on Monday. I don't really see anybody using a hosepipe anymore. Not round here, anyway. In England, you have so much rain. I've told you before, Crow Daddy, down in the southeast, it doesn't rain as much. The rain is like up in the northwest. Like, you get microclimates, you know? Essex is a lot drier than most of the counties. Well, the Lake District, like I said, northwest, it tends to rain a lot. Cooler, mountainous, and prevailing wind comes from the Atlantic, so it's all geography. I have Essex and Suffolk water, but don't live in Essex. Does that ban include me? I would say probably. Probably. Does that mean you can't fill your hot tub if you can't use the hosepipe? I suppose what you could do is just keep running to the kitchen with a pan. Yeah? And just fill up your hot tub that way. Technically, you're not using a hosepipe. You need one of those gorilla tubs. Just fill up a gorilla tub full of water and keep running to the kitchen. Liters. Ouch. Right, I think that's the roof mostly done. So we'll call that done for now. Go and do the rest of the house. Oh, you're always going to get that, Krav. But, you know, if you want to ignore a ban and then somebody calls you out on it, are they the ones being out of order, or is it you, you know? Classic answer. Oh, I didn't know. I don't watch the news. I didn't know. Yeah, they're allowed to fill up the bathtubs. Yeah, of course. I mean, they basically ask you to not use as much water, but the hosepipe ban is because at the end of the day, if you fill your bath up and clean yourself, that's one thing. But do you really need to cover your grass in water? Probably not. Rainwater tanks common in the UK. Not as common as Australia, no. Like, keen gardeners tend to have one, so they can use that to water the plants and stuff. If you see people with greenhouses, you'll often see a water tank nearby. Need to do under there later. It's a bit of a pain, actually. Your grass is yellow. You should see mine. My grass is just, yeah, yellow, dry, bone dry yellow. Why is that not clipping though? Post it on Instagram. What, a picture of my grass? Not really Instagram worthy, is it? I might put it in Discord later. Oh, we got a ding. Not a ding in ages. Get the dings. Yeah, you're probably right, Leanne. Like, sprinklers do take a lot of water. Mark keeps messaging me. They're getting really excited and how it's looking. Wait, are they spying on me? Sounds like they're spying on me. I think Mother keeps driving past when I'm not looking, like, oh, it's looking great. Oh, it's done a lovely job. Hoping I don't need ladders, but I might have to get ladders out for this. Definitely looking forward to a Powerwash upgrade. Why a longer nozzle you can do without ladder? Yeah, but that'll spend money that I can use on a bigger power wash. I don't want to waste my money. Just need to move the ladder a little bit. Pro 1 is great, it works a lot quicker. Is that the first one? Oh, the most expensive. Yeah, well, I won't even have enough stars for that. That's endgame content. It is really hard to get this off. It's a very expensive project building a reservoir, thanks. Not only the reservoir, all the piping you need to get it to where you need it to be. Like, where would you build a reservoir? For Essex, let's say Norfolk, Suffolk and Essex, right? There are 3 counties in the southeast that are very dry and very flat. Where would you build reservoirs? Do you need a hand to clean the first van? So now I'm a power washing expert. Alex, if you want to jump in and power wash with me, I can put it on multiplayer. But it's not only that, it's if you build reservoirs, Norfolk, Suffolk and Essex, you're still relying on rainfall. We don't get that much. And you need the elevation so that gravity can feed it out to people's homes. Or you're going to have to pump it everywhere. And then you're going to have to pipe it to all the other reservoirs you happen to have lying around, which means digging up across, tens of miles of people's fields to put the piping in, which is a very, very expensive thing to do. And you still don't really get that much benefit. Hang on, Alex. I don't know how to do it, mate. Like, if I'm in... Can I just... Oh, there you go. Co-op mode. Allow another player to join and assist your career. This can be turned off at any time. There you go. Friends on. You should be able to invite friend. Alex, invite. You should have an invite. Allegedly. There you go. Looks like he's joined. Where is he? Where's it put him? Chat up there. It's like construction sim all over again. Of course, the first thing you do is just shooting water at each other. Obviously it's the first thing you would do. Oh dear God. Do you want me to drag you down into the room, or are you staying up there, Alex? Hang on, where are you? Hello.
Hello. Let's power wash together, Paul.
Indeed. I don't know how the money situation is going to work, though.
I've got $150 and you've got a lot more, so...
Yeah, but like when you do a job, are you going to get money so you can buy upgrades?
I hope so.
That's the bit I don't know. Yeah, I've no idea, Daniel.
Yeah, I hope it's not like Far Cry 5 in that regard, where only the host gets most of the benefits.
Well, I mean, it could end up that way.
But then I'm just here to help you out in making money, Paul.
Yeah, but then the thing is, like, you can't get... Like, if you'd already played the game, you'd probably have the unlocks, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And you can't get them even though you're doing the stuff with me. It's just a bit dull. Are there any options? Just as a system. Doesn't let me do anything. So for the job, host gets 60% and the friend gets 40% of the cut. Oh, that's not too bad.
Oh, yeah, that's fair, actually.
Also, Alex will get progress on his career, apparently.
Good, good.
You just missed out on the dirt bike. That's the only thing you've missed.
Oh, yeah, the 2-minute job.
Yeah, I'm sure you can do that quickly. Next time you do the mission, you'll have like powered up jet wash and everything. You'll be like 2 seconds.
Oh, it'll be useful for the actual garden as well, because that took a while.
Yeah, apparently the playground takes ages. Yeah, I just hope I can still afford the upgrade, Logan.
I wonder if you can also pool money together. So if you want to buy something and you're missing like $50, I can give it to you.
I'm betting not.
I doubt it.
How many can join? I don't know. I think just one assistant, I think. I don't think you can rock up with like an army of 10 friends.
Imagine how quickly you can clean stuff if you can have 10 people join you.
Imagine. We need bigger maps.
Yeah.
Apparently even Pops is out rocking his chair, having a look. Everybody's stalking. Lil Pecky is Lolstock here in chat. Turn the game audio down a touch.
Apparently this tiny walkway in front of the house is part of the driveway. I don't see how you can get a car here.
Where's that one? Probably not a big SUV, but you might get a little one in there.
Yeah, maybe a car showing it on.
Hey, there it goes. And to buy us for 5 days. So the implication there is perhaps that you have an infection, right? Is that for your chest, presumably?
Yeah, I think he said something about a chest infection that's mostly gone, but not completely.
They're the worst ones, because if you don't get rid of that, then that will just develop into something really nasty.
Yeah.
I should do the inside of this railing because the wall is in the way. Like, I literally can't get close enough.
Maybe you need a professional like Gil to help you out.
Alex is quite. The game is louder than him. Alex is quite. Quite what?
Quite handsome, quite cool. And I can hear myself loudly enough on stream.
Well, I've brought your volume up a bit, so we'll see.
Oh, you're still in chat, Gil. I thought you'd gone.
Well, you can't leave chat in a game like this. You have to watch until the end.
I mean, you have to see it take over to 100%, don't you?
Yeah. Part of me wants to leave a job on 99% just to trigger everybody.
Including me.
I don't know whether you can use your own equipment to cope. That would be cheating, Gil, because if you can just rock up in like high-end gear, you know, that's just absurd, isn't it? Just all clean. One. This window's got probably needs some detergent, doesn't it?
Doesn't know want to clean.
It will if you focus on it for ages.
Hmm. Well, just do that then. Focus.
Just do the patio. You get away with the green? Stubborn stains. There's some real nasty stubborn stains down here. Oh, you can buy the stuff anytime, can't you? You're getting money, aren't you?
Yeah. I made $37.25 so far.
Nice.
Yeah, and I got $6 for you cleaning that porch.
What was it showing? So, earned $237 so far, but I did the entire roof when you wasn't here. So I don't know how much.
Well, I
you're
joined in with the $150, I think, and I've now got 193. So
You joined with 150 already?
yeah, probably for the van job.
Right.